Hey, what is up, guys? Today I'm going to do a video that I wanted to do a couple months from now, but I'm doing it early for good reason. But it's going to be a review on the Porsche Cayman 981S. So this video is going to be everything I love and hate about the car, a little like overview, review, and a fly just flew in here. You're going to die in here. Where was I? But yeah, it's going to be a little review on the car. I'm doing it a little early, 2 months early to be specific. I've had the car for a little over 10 months now. But tomorrow I'm actually putting the car up on consignment at a local dealership. So if it does sell from the dealership, this will be my last day with the car. If it doesn't sell, I'll get the car back in about a month or two whenever our contract is up, and then I'll hit my full year of ownership. But let's hop into this one. I'm gonna start off with everything I like and hate about the car. So anybody who knows me personally knows that my favorite car to ever be made was the Nissan 350Z. So I just want to start off with why I wanted this car, or Porsche in general. This isn't actually one that I knew I wanted until I found it. But the styling of the Porsche is, they clearly stole it from Nissan 350Z that's been around way longer. It looks exactly the same, the hatchback, or the coupe style, two-door, no back seats, the mid-engine, the flat six. It's all stolen from Nissan. Actually all a joke if you don't actually know me and you think I'm serious, but I actually do like Porsche because it does remind me of 350Zs, which are my favorite car. It's like a 350Z but cooler, faster, nicer, everything about it just better than the 350Z. Which brings me to my first point that I like about the car is just the styling. Like, everything about this car is just pretty to me. There's like no bad angles of this car. I'll do a full 360 walk around it. So if any of you see an angle that is just ugly, please screenshot and send it to me on Instagram and I will prove you wrong. I don't know how, but you get the idea. Aside from the styling of the car and just the overall exterior aesthetics, the interior is much nicer than a 350Z, if that's what you're coming from, which I highly doubt you are. But the interior is actually kind of lackluster or boring in comparison to a lot of cars I've driven or owned. Just in comparison to like a BMW i8, there's a whole lot less going on in here. Mercedes-Benz AMGs or even some of the base model C300s have nicer interior, more aesthetically pleasing, I guess. I love everything about it. There's a lot of buttons in the middle to play with. Have your climate control, all of your driving functions. We got like Sport Plus, your suspension, traction control, active aero, start stop, and then exhaust. So this car did come equipped with a Valvetronic exhaust, so you can make it quiet or loud by the push of a button. The infotainment center is kind of dated and boring. You can play music on it. It doesn't even have a map on it, which is weird, but the map does come up on here, which I'll show you later. But this car I bought from a guy in Central Illinois, and he's the second owner of it, so I'm the third. And whoever ordered this car spec'd it out pretty high. There's like nearly every add-on feature from the dealership in this car, which I love, which is actually why I bought it. The sound system, it's got Bose in it. It sounds great, really punchy. It's got the Porsche, the PDK. I think the P in PDK stands for Porsche, so that was redundant, but it's got the PDK transmission, which I have no idea how to even begin to say, but it's basically their take on a dual clutch transmission. It is very snappy, the fastest dual clutch transmission I've personally driven. I did a review of the AMG and I said something about it was actually slower than the Porsche, but yeah, this transmission here is the quickest I've ever been in. So if you don't know anything about this car or much about it, this has a 3.4 liter flat six engine that is in the middle rear, giving it the name a mid-engine car because it sits in front of the rear axles but behind the driver, mid-engine. I just made that up on the top of my head. I think that's right. It comes with these cool vacuum lines too over the engine cover. I thought that was just fabric design, but that doesn't help my point. That's actually vacuum lines. If you go over there with a vacuum, the lines disappear. But then yeah, it's got the active aero, so when you hit, I believe, 70 miles an hour, the wing goes up. And then when you reduce below 50, I want to say, the wing goes back down. And then there is the override button inside the cabin to adjust it up and down from the driver's seat. This car specifically is equipped with the Porsche Carrera wheels, which is another add-on feature from factory. My front is lifted a little bit. Oh yeah, I popped it, that's why. You got a lot of cargo space in the front. You could probably fit about 2 bodies cut up in there. The rear, I don't think you might fit 1 body if you cut it up. You could at least fit the torso in there. Then you got a little bit of storage space up here to throw like sweatshirts and arms and legs. Whatever you need up there. But yes, this car is fully stock other than one thing. The previous owner did upgrade the taillights to the GTS taillights. I think the normal ones are just all red. And he's got the little bit of black in the middle. Anyway, though, this 3.4 liter flat 6 engine does put out 325 wheel horsepower, which is not that much in comparison to a lot of cars of today's generation, you know. The car does weigh in at 2,800 pounds, so the power to weight ratio is pretty comforting. It is a quick car, it's snappy and responsive. It's just not that fast, but I think anybody looking into getting a Porsche doesn't care about straight line speed. It's all about the driving experience, and that's what this car is really made for, and that is what I love about this car, is the handling and driving out on the windy roads and, you know, just showing it off because it's a really pretty and fun car to drive. Also, I've noticed in every video clip, I think one more piece of the car is open. We start with the hatch and then the door, the hood, the other door. All right, so now moving on, I hope this is just like messed with you. Like last skip, everything was open, everything's shut. I'm playing a game right now. But yeah, I literally love everything about this car. I wouldn't trade it for anything except like a McLaren or a Lamborghini or like a GT4 or a GTS, GT3, GT2, many AMGs. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. We like to have fun. But yeah, I'm trying to think of any other things that are notable to point out that I like about the car. Interior, oh, it's got red seatbelts that are matched to the red brakes, which are matched to my red key. Just another weird factory add-on option for a couple $1,000s. I'm not even sure how much it costs, but there's a Porsche add-on option. It's got the sport seats. I believe these are the rubber Porsche floor mats, which I actually don't like that much. They look really dirty. I actually just scrub these and they just don't come clean. I use like a foaming cleaner and then like a polymer shine product, but they're just like scratch marks in them that just won't come out. So that's, I don't know, small nuance, bothers me. But I'm gonna go ahead and move on. I'll probably jump back to other things I like as I think of them. Oh, also the previous owner did swap out these, I think they're just side markers or turn signals, I can't remember. But I think they're normally yellow or orange, and he put clear ones in. I don't know, I guess another really weird thing. I like the Cayman over the 911 for one reason, and it's stupid. The intake vents on the side just make it look a little more aggressive. I think that's what sold me. I was looking at this in a 911 when I bought this. Same years, 911 had a little more miles, cost more money. Then I saw this one, I was like, yo, that intake vent looks sick. I'm gonna buy that one. Stupid decision, probably. Regrettable? No, I don't think so. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to things I don't like about this car, and then after that, I'm gonna move to kind of a review. I guess this entire video is a review, but kind of like on maintenance and the cost of owning it and stuff like that. Everything I don't like about the car. Number one thing, people's responses anywhere I go. Number one, why didn't you buy a 911? Number two, can I have some of your dad's money? Number three, I used to have one of those back in the day. And that's it. That's all I don't like about the car. I wish it was a little faster. But again, I think anybody looking into these cars does not care about straight line speed. Mostly about the driving experience and general aesthetics of the car, which are definitely overly compensated with this car. Again, 325 horsepower. It is very underpowered, very slow. You know, it's not a race car, though I have raced a handful of cars. I lost against a Camaro SS in this car, and I won against a BMW i8. Gerard, I don't care what you say. We raced like 3 times and I beat you all 3 times. You pulled on me once because I was not in manual mode. Yeah, there's not really anything I don't like about this car, except one thing with the maintenance. When I got this car, The previous owner took it in for inspection at Porsche because I wanted it to be like certified before I bought it. And they found a faulty motor mount, so they replaced it. I've had it for a little over 10 months now, and it was like a month ago, I got a dash light. It was a PADM fault. And what that is a motor mount fail. So I brought it in, the other motor mount failed. So I asked them, is that a common issue? Because they just had a motor mount replaced about a year ago. And the technician told me, I am surprised that motor mount made it this far. This car has 15,000 miles on it. I bought it at about 11. So that's probably the biggest annoying thing, I guess, is a motor mount failure. But again, that's not even that bad. If you break a motor mount once a year, like, whatever, it's worth it. For educational purposes, the motor mount replacement was $2,300 and included an alignment and a free car wash. Not sure why they had to do the alignment with the motor mount, but they said it was necessary. So they're the ones that work on these cars every day. So, you know, I'm just the negligent owner, so I'll pay them whatever they ask, I guess. One thing I did learn with this car is that your Porsche emblem, the arrow on it at the bottom, is always supposed to point at your valve stem. They were all pointing at the valve stem, except this one is now turned. I can't figure out how to spin it. I'm going to talk about like maintenance and the cost of owning this car, because I feel like that's what a lot of people want to know. And general reliability of this car is probably another concern for a lot of people, and that was my biggest concern. And I did a lot of research and I still bought one, so I will go ahead and jump into some of those details now. So again, I've had this car for less than a year, so I can't give a true estimate of the cost of owning this car, but I can give you a ballpark on where I'm at with it. So oil changes are required on this car once a year or every 10,000 miles. And I want to say that was like $425 at the dealership. It comes with a full 360 inspection, and they even wash my car at the end of the service. So once you get over the fact that like you're overpaying for an oil change, the service at the dealership was great. They all greet you at the door by name, wash my car, complimentary drinks, flat screen TVs, and they even offered a shuttle service to go hang out for a while the car was being worked on. So I mean, just adding that up, it's like, what is that, $2,600 I paid this year on this car, which in the grand scheme isn't that much, but is kind of a lot for basic maintenance. Other than that though, I did a lot of research before buying this car because I was worried about the reliability on it. Like if this car had to go to the dealership to be maintenance like every 3 months, there's no way I could afford that on top of my financing and payment. But from my understanding and brief research I did on Porsches, this is one of the most reliable ones they made. The 3.4 flat 6 just being bulletproof and resilient, and can take like redlining it, and mileage you can get upwards of 200,000 miles plus on this car. But I think overall though, in comparison to other German cars, this one is probably the cheapest one to maintenance and own. In comparison to like BMW, a couple of my friends have those. Their cars are always having to go get maintenance or serviced or repaired. And yes, I'm looking at you, Terry and Gerard. Your cars are always in the shop. not actually, but I mean more than this car has been. Mercedes is another one that I'm kind of familiar with. Seems like maybe similar for maintenance cost. I don't know. I'm not sure what Mercedes hourly rates are. I think it's $100 at Porsche. But yeah, after owning this car for nearly a year, would I recommend anyone to buy it? And I would say if you have the means of affording financing on it, or if you just have the cash to buy it, send it. This car is a blast. I love this car. I wouldn't trade this experience owning this car at all, because this is what got me now into Porsche. But yeah, earlier in the video, I did mention that I was putting this car up on consignment tomorrow with less than a year of ownership. I just wanted to be known that I am not looking to sell this car because I don't like it. I'm only looking to sell it because I want to get out of the payment on it so I can start saving up some money, because I do want to get another Porsche, like a GTS or a GT4. And owning this car, it just makes it harder to save money for me right now. I am a construction worker, so I'm not rich. So yeah, I'm just looking to get rid of the payment so I can maintain a savings account, get up a decent down payment, and get something else. But no, I do love this car a lot. If anybody's interested in looking into this car, if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're interested in this car. The 981 Cayman S is a great car. I love everything about it. I wish it was a little faster, but again, driving experience is amazing in this car. And with that being noted, this car will be up on consignment starting tomorrow. I don't know when I'm gonna post this video, but I'll probably post this video after it's already up on consignment. But it's gonna be on consignment at Knight's Auto in Marinette, Wisconsin. You can find it on their Facebook or their website. So if anybody's interested in buying this car, it will be up for sale. I'm not sure the listing price yet. We gotta negotiate that tomorrow with the dealership. But it does have only 15,500 miles on it. It's a 2014. And you've watched me walk around this car like 30 times by now. You know what it looks like. Really quick, one thing I did forget to mention was insurance. I don't know if that's a question for some people, but car insurance on this car is not that bad. I have full coverage on this and gap insurance, and then I also have, what is it? I can't remember if I have liability or full coverage on my 350Z. I know the drift car has liability, so on the 3 cars, 3 policies, or 3 cars on the 1 policy, I'm paying like $225 a month. I don't know if that might be high for some people or low for some people. I'm not really sure. It's subject to like every driver. Well, I hope this video was semi-informative. I didn't really know what to talk about with it because I don't know what people are interested in with this car. I can only reiterate what I like about the car and what I don't like about the car. Because I don't know what you're looking for in a car. Why is my hand on my head? But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative. I hope you learned something. Either way, I appreciate you watching the video. If you liked this video, please drop a comment, like the video. That was redundant. That felt weird. Subscribe to my channel. And I will try working on uploading more. I say that every time. Every time I post a video, I say I will work on uploading more. One of these days, I'm just gonna quit my job and dedicate my entire life to uploading mediocre YouTube videos, and then I will be happy. But thanks for watching. See you guys next time.